Okay, the highlight of the night, I can't believe I'm saying this, was Brodie Lee. And Cody. Cody was the highlight. Boring Brodie was in there with him. They did a nice job on the package. The history between Cody and Boring Brodie, there is still no reason given whatsoever for a dog collar match. There was nothing to set up a dog collar match. There was nobody with a history of a dog collar match. And they even said there hadn't been a goddamn major league dog collar match since of course, that's not true. There were some in all kinds of territories, but since back with Valentine and Piper in '83.
And by the way, there was a reason to do the dog collar match because someone obviously booked Greg Valentine to be in the stands.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying here. Yeah, they've spent a plane ticket to fucking pay off for poor Greg, who looked just thrilled, like he usually does, to be there and sit in an empty section and watch this fucking match. And Greg Valentine's specialty was not the dog collar match anyway. Did not Piper fucking force him into it?
That's exactly right.
Nevertheless,
exactly right.
They took the package seriously. It's just the show is schizophrenic. The TV title, dog collar match, Cody versus Boring Brodie Lee. They hooked him up in the break, which that's sometimes some of the best stuff involved. But anyway, the first move of the match, explain this to me. Cody rushes across and tries to hit Brodie Lee with the chain, but Brodie Lee moves and Cody hits Silver, one of the Dork Order job guys, with the chain, and he drops to the floor. And then Cody and Brodie Lee started doing shit, and 2 minutes later, Silver comes up with a trickle of blood like a pap smear. My first blade job didn't take 97 seconds.
It wasn't,
and I got a lot more color.
It wasn't 2 minutes, was it?
Somebody go back in time, and he was down on the floor for a while. It must have been drilling for oil. I don't fucking know. There was a nasty bump where Cody went for that springboard cutter and Brodie jerked him off the top rope and beat him up on the floor. I was thinking at this point, this would have been a classic match if it was Cody against Dustin. These are the only two guys in this company that could have done a dog collar match. It would have been a classic with Cody against Dustin. Brodie Lee has obviously never had a dog collar match, and he had the same amount of oomph in this match he has every other match.
Neither was Cody. Cody's never had a dog collar match either. I didn't think Brodie was a problem here. I thought he did pretty good.
Well, but Cody, it gets better at the end, but Cody's got, at least not only in his genes, Dusty with the bull rope matches and all that stuff, but he's a student. He could go back and watch some shit and understand it. I think Brodie Lee could watch shit, but I don't know if he could understand it.
If he could understand it, he would have known you don't just throw a dog collar match for no good reason into the middle of a program.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was Tony Khan, because if he wanted to book Greg Valentine to sit in the audience, and he's like shit stain now. He remember, guy got hit in the head with a coconut. That's all he remembered from Piper's Pit, shit stain. He just remembered the highlights. Once they got the color, it helped greatly. Cody got the juice from a DDT on a chain. It helped give the atmosphere and cover up that Brodie Lee is still not aggressive or an animosity-filled person. He's just walking through it. Cody worked his ass off. Brodie Lee spent forever with a table, threw some chairs in the ring, and then nothing happened with the table. Cody gave Brodie a cutter off the apron. They go to the break again. They come back during the break. Cody did a package pile driver on Brodie Lee off the apron, through a table to the floor in the break.
Picture in picture.
Well, they replayed it I never watched the picture in picture because nobody watches the picture in
picture. I was watching for this match.
It's fucking minute.
For this match, because it was this match, I was watching the picture in picture. It is minute. And I said, I can't believe they're doing this spot in the middle of the commercial break. Why would they do that?
This is the kind of shit that used to happen in low-budget television tapings when we'd lose communication with the referee and guys didn't know we were in a break. But now Brodie Lee's bleeding, and Cody's whipping him with the chain. Now it's picking up. It's picking up a little bit. I said on the last show, I think, nobody in the business today, I said with O'Reilly and Finn Balor, they have actually improved the competitive, scientific, technical wrestling match from the territory days, but nobody in the business can do a believable double juice territory days grudge match fight. And I was right. at least halfway. I think Cody could pull it off with somebody that actually had experience with this. Brodie Lee could not. But then again, I said, how is this not going on last on the double juice dog collar, and they're in the middle of the fucking program? Brodie Lee threw a chair at Arn. Arn came in the ring. One of the jobbers ran out. Arn gave him a spine buster, and I swear to God, I was thinking that Arn might not fucking be able to get back to his feet. Because he... And I love Arn Anderson, and what a tremendous talent, and just a great personality. But please, Arn, go on a diet. You're too heavy for your age. And if all those years, I was 250 30 years ago, and Arn was telling me to go on a diet. Now I weigh 202, and he's 300. What the fuck's happened here to the world? Brodie Lee nailed Arn with the chain, but that caused Cody to lose his shit and made a big comeback and a moonsault block off the top. This is and was a lot better than what you normally see on this program. I will admit that. I just can't see Brodie Lee. Anyway, Cody wrapped the chain all around his face, hit the crossroads 1, 2, 3. And the jobbers came out to get Brodie, and the dream team came out to get Cody. And Cody cut a really good babyface promo, which he normally does. And, had emotion and had passion, and it looked like something, and said he was going to defend the title next week. And then out walks Pockets. What the now Cody's in this with this fucking clown. Now Cody's lost his fucking mind. Besides that, they're both babyfaces. Believe I've mentioned this. Cody just cut a great babyface promo. Pockets is allegedly a babyface. He's not a wrestler at all. That's where they've pigeonholed him as a babyface. But I wrote, what fresh hell is this? That now Cody is being infected with this fucking disease from this fucking clown. And it doesn't even make any sense. Why would Cody wrestle Pockets? Because Pockets is friends of the fucking Money Mark, his father bought him a fucking wrestling promotion, apparently. If he doesn't like me saying these things, make it look like something different. You fucking four-eyed fucking freak. You look like a seal peering through a block of ice. Rick Moranis with fucking extra curly hair.
Hey, Rick Moranis is awesome. Don't do that.
Wrap up your comments on the chain match.
I thought it was all right. It got better as it went on. There were some really weak elbow drops from Brodie onto Cody early in the match. I was happy that Brandy didn't get involved in the middle of the match. I thought maybe she would come out there and give Brodie a Hurricane Rana or something. Luckily, that didn't happen. I thought it was a good match. I guess Cody just dropped the title so he could record that TV show. And then
he came right back and picked it up.
And then he came right back with new hair and new outfit and won it. His promo was interesting. He was kind of a little defensive, I guess, against the people that thought he's a little bit pretentious. But he is a whole lot pretentious. And when it happens once, it's one thing. When it happens twice, this is the third time at least I've heard him do a promo where it's like it's almost like he's going to tear up, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
To the point where,
but you know what? It was good babyface, and it works because nobody.
It was all right. It was all right for babyface promo, but the whole thing.
I was about to say most people don't write things down and take notes like we do, but now the fans do. Yes, they all do.
But the whole thing, professional wrestling has been my life since I was 15. How did anyone who says anything different is wrong? Well, no, pro wrestling became your life when you didn't make it as an actor. Then it became, I'll go into the family business. Let's be honest about things. But anyway.
Well, but he had dreams.
He had dreams.
He
had a big dream right in the house, in the master bedroom. But Cody versus Pockets, I'm sure it'll be technically all right if you get past Pockets' gimmick.
You can't get past Pockets' gimmick. There's some things that just can't be palatable under any circumstances. And this is one of them. Nobody has gotten anything sensible out of Pockets. Nothing. It's all been caca.
Is that the end of the Brodie Lee Cody feud, you think?
Well, goddamn. Why wouldn't it be? He beat the guy flat in the middle of the ring, got his title back, and ran him off. His jobbers had to carry him or help him out.
Colt Cabana wasn't out there to help.
Well, there you go. That would have made all the difference in the world. Moving on. Officer Brodie interviewed Twinkle Toes McFingerbang in the back. Simpering voice, lots of finger pointing, fake enthusiasm, weird faces, and he stuttered, stammered, and beat around the bush about how excited he is to be a singles wrestler again now that he's gotten that just terrible, awful, rude Adam Page out of his life. And then Big Swole took on Serena Deeb. You know what we put into effect here, don't you?
I believe it's the tooth and nail
The
rule.
tooth and nail rule. There will be no watching of anything involving Big Swole, Britt Baker, or Reba ever again after the tooth and nail match. And I hate that because I loved Britt Baker and Reba's bullshit. And they were funny in a heelish way and in the middle of the card, so it didn't fucking make the whole show suck. But no, and I hate to miss Serena Deeb, a real talent. But of course, I would have been mad because Big Swole won this and she couldn't fucking lace or tie Serena Deeb's boots on her best day in the world. Jon Moxley was both in the desert and at the bar. He couldn't find a fence or a boiler room. He cut a promo on Lance Archer for the title match next week. It was a good promo. I wish his matches made sense and he looked like a star instead of a homeless bum. Any comments about those efforts before we go to the main event?
Omega's awful on the mic. Really glad that we have Alex Marvez, the worst interviewer on this program, back on the show. He's recovered also from the super kick.
Yeah, they can't even fucking put the old men down, much less the fucking professional athlete. Why would any wrestler ever sell the double super kick again when Tony Schiavone, the 62-year-old announcer, came back and didn't even harbor a grudge after 7 days?
I watched the Serena Deeb Big Swole match, mainly because of Serena Deeb, who was great. I mean, you watch her in there, and she's obviously a step above everyone in that company in terms of just the basics. And looked
Wonder
really
where
good.
she trained.
Yeah, and I wonder if Rip Rogers had a hand in that.
Rip at OVW? No.
But she was really good. Big Swole is awful.
Just rotten.
Just,
if she was any good in the ring, I wouldn't, after the entrance and the music, I wouldn't want to fucking see any more of it.
the music sucks, the entrance and the dancing, but she's not good in the ring. I got mad that she beat Serena Deeb, and I guess that's Serena's role there, which is wrong. I get that she did some training.
But here's the thing. You're not supposed to get mad because the heel wins because they suck as a wrestler. You're supposed to get mad that the heel cheated and won. Well, you're not supposed to say, I hate that guy because he's rotten.
And then the Moxley promo, I thought Moxley, it was a good promo. I don't agree with you that he looks like a homeless guy or anything. I don't think the look is the problem. I don't think the promos are the problem. For me, it's the in-ring that's the problem. But I thought it was another good promo. Stylized, of course. Yeah. He's in the bar. I do want to see him by a fence one more time. That whole package, I kept saying, is he going to be by a fence?
I bet this whole roster doesn't drink as much alcohol in a week combined as Flair used to drink at a night at Bennigan's, and they're always in the bar or drinking on TV.
That is true. We have seen a lot of scenes in bars.
I've looked in bars. I've looked in cars.
Oh, my God.
And here you are.
You know, someone the other day tweeted out, I don't know if you saw it, the interview you were doing with David Crockett. I guess it would have been on
Big
Worldwide.
Mama came out and tweeted me up under my chin.
I forgot just how bad she was on the mic.
Poor Felicia. I knew her so long. I remember when she was flat-chested. Anyway, that was some of that fucking heavy Crockett money that bought that chest.